Hey, what is up, guys? It's Brendan here, and today we're going to be comparing Toast versus Square. Which is better for you in your small business when it comes to point-of-sale systems, hardware, and just processing those payments in your small business? Of course, it depends on what type of business you are running as to which might be the best solution for you. But before we dive into the comparison, of course, I do want to mention if you want to check out either of these companies, Toast or Square, there will be links linked down below at the top of the video description if you are interested in checking out either of these companies. Again, those are affiliate links, which is a great way to help out and support the channel. Without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the comparison. So again, taking a look at Toast versus Square. First things first, they are both companies that offer payment processing for small businesses. Now, both Square and Toast offer solutions for restaurants in this case. So if you are a restaurant, then you're in great news. You can use either of these companies. Although in a nutshell, I will say in general, Square is more suited for more of a variety of different types of businesses, whereas Toast is more just suited specifically to restaurants. That's really their primary focus, and that's who they cater to, is really just restaurants and restaurant owners to process those payments in their restaurants. Again, compared to Square, where Square focuses on more of a variety of different types of businesses, whether you're a restaurant, which can work, or maybe you're in retail or beauty, you sell physical products, maybe you even sell some products online. That's sort of where Square differs a bit from Toast. Again, Toast is completely focused on restaurants. Just to get that first initial basis of comparison out of the way, to dive into other more specifics in terms of some of the pricing and who really each is best suited for, as well as some of the pros and cons as well to each of the different platforms. So Toast, again, is more primarily catered to, taking a look at Toast first, is more primarily catered to restaurant owners. Now, within that, I will say in general, Toast is best suited for maybe businesses that are a little bit more scaled up. Maybe you already have a physical location. Maybe you're even just getting started as they do have starter kits available, but I would say by and large, Toast is better for those up and coming businesses that do plan on having at least a brick and mortar location, or you plan on maybe having some servers. You really need more of an equipment basis than really, compared to Square. We'll get into Square in just a little bit here and taking a look at who Square is maybe best for in that scenario and taking a look at a few other points of comparison. But by and large, I'd say Toast is good for that type of consumer, that type of person or business owner that is looking to have more of a larger scale operation. Maybe, again, like I said, you have servers, you're going to be taking delivery orders from those other different delivery apps. If you are a brick and mortar location, Toast can be a great option for you, again, no matter what type of restaurant that you are running. Now, again, if you're not doing a restaurant, you're going to have to look elsewhere at a company like Square. Again, if you're not a restaurant, you will have to look at Square. So they work, Toast works with cafes and bakeries, casual dining, pizzerias, fine dining, bar and lounge, breweries, food trucks, hotels. So they really do cater to a lot of different types of companies in the hospitality space, in food and hospitality as well. In addition to that, they do also have an offline mode, which a lot of people do tend to like as well, which is really nice. In addition to that, again, they do have a variety of different kits. So they do have a free version. Both companies do have free versions that you can get started with. The Toast starter kit, they're going to, now, again, the pricing is always subject to change no matter, depending on the time you're watching this video, pricing is always subject to change. So make sure you check out the pricing pages on each of these companies' sites to get the most realistic and up-to-date pricing. Contact their sales teams that can help you in general get the most accurate pricing, again, specifically to your region as well, where you're located and what you need. But by and large, Toast does have a free version that is $0 a month, $0 up front, which can be really nice, which is cool that they do have that quick starter bundle. And then they do also offer other additional add-on services like payroll as well. Square does do that as well. But Toast, as you can see here, they have a few different pricing options. Again, this pricing is always subject to change. So realistically, the pricing, honestly, in both companies are fairly comparable in terms of the pricing that you're going to see on Toast and on Square. I will say, though, that Toast is more all-inclusive in their pricing strategy, again, outside of payroll, because payroll sort of like a whole separate bundled add-on. Again, if you need that, they do offer it. You don't have to use it. You don't have to pay for the payroll. But in general, they are more inclusive with their pricing. And when I say inclusive, it means that they include more of the functionality upfront and in their upfront pricing model. Whereas a company like Square does tend to be a little bit more nickel and dimey in terms of their add-ons that you can add on to the Square platform. We'll get into that in a little bit, and maybe, again, which is best for what type of person. But that's essentially, in a nutshell, how Toast operates. Again, for restaurants is a really good platform, again, specifically for restaurant owners and people looking to scale up. I have seen a lot of different restaurants in my own experience utilizing Toast, and it is a very seamless and easy process to process those payments for servers, to carry those little Toast point of sale. As you can see here in the video, just carry those around to the tables. It is very sleek and easy to use. Moving into Square, where Square differs a bit, again, like I said, they are catered to more of a variety of different types of businesses. So if you aren't a restaurant, you would, by de facto, you would need to use something other than Toast. So with Square, you can be a restaurant and use them, or if you're a retail store or a beauty store. The thing that's nice about Square that I do like about it as a platform, and I've talked about this many different times on the channel across other videos, is that they offer just a wide variety of different add-ons that you can build in and really customize the solution specific to your business. Now, again, that does come with its own host of issues when it is sort of a one-size-fits-all solution. Again, sort of like a jack of all trades, but a master at none. If you really want a platform dedicated to restaurants, I would probably go with Toast. But Square can be really nice, again, if you are maybe starting out on a little bit leaner of a budget as well. They do offer things for a little bit cheaper at the entry level, but their add-ons, especially as you scale up, could end up costing you a little bit more money than what you would have with Toast. So that's sort of something to compare in terms of as you maybe plan to scale your business. But again, if you're just getting started, Square, the nice thing about Square is that they do have a completely free version where you can just scan payments and process payments even on an iPhone. Again, it depends on the type of iPhone that you have, but you can easily do that. Now, as you can see here, they do also offer the point of sale hardware as well. But in addition to that, beyond just like what they offer, in terms of the other services and products that, they have a website builder that you can use as well. So if you want to set up a website, if you want to do online appointments, I know I mentioned them for their Square appointments. You want to set up those appointments. Maybe if you're, again, a beauty salon and you are doing those in-person appointments, you can schedule in-person bookings through Square and process it all under your business, which is very nice. Again, if you are in the salon, beauty type space, you can kind of customize your experience, with their appointments, and syncing up maybe some product sales as well at your studio or whatever your physical location is based like. So, but if you are a restaurant, they do also have the custom experiences for restaurants, so you can take orders, do the delivery orders. As you can see here, you can manage the channel. By and large, from my own experience, I typically tend to see Square being used by coffee shops. So, maybe if you're a coffee shop, Square's sort of the de facto there, just because it's a pretty simple business model and you're just going to be processing those payments at the counter and then sending out the coffee orders. So it's not necessarily as complex. If you are running a little bit more complex of a food and beverage type business, then Toast might be better suited for you. If things are a little bit more complex, again, they have more inclusive pricing. They're not going to nickel and dime you as much for those add-ons like they do with Square. So that is something to consider. But Square can still be a good solution for you in terms of their overall systems and setup. Again, you can still, manage the orders, send out the delivery orders and things like that. So you can still get things done. Honestly, I would recommend maybe trying out each of them. I get that that's sort of the hang up there because you don't want to get all set up in both platforms, but it could be worth at least like trying each of them out just for your own experience, maybe setting up a storefront or sort of contact each of their different teams. Again, links are down below if you do want to check out either of the companies for your point of sale needs. I have a lot of other videos on the channel as well covering different point of sale systems. So either one could be good for you. Again, it just depends on what your needs are. Again, if you do want like a website, if you want to do appointments, if you want to do more, and maybe you are starting on a more of a shoestring budget, Square could be the better option in that scenario. If you are starting out again on a more limited budget, because you can just process payments even with certain iPhones just on their app as well, which is really nice. They do have a lot of integrations as well with a wider variety of different companies. If you do want to integrate, outside of just the typical point of sale system, if you do want to maybe do some other add-ons, maybe set up some more custom integrations, then Square might be better for that as well. They do also offer like payroll as well. Again, I did mention, of course, that Toast does also offer payroll. So they're pretty much tied in that department, more or less. But again, it really comes down to which type of business you're running ultimately. So restaurant, retail, or beauty. Again, restaurant, and then what is your budget at the end of the day? Because and how you plan to scale. As you plan to scale, Toast tends to be the better solution for scaling, especially in restaurant space. But Square could be a lot better, again, even if you're just starting out as maybe even a food truck or something like that. And you can get started on a lot cheaper of a budget and get set up with a website and a lot other things without necessarily locking yourself into anything either. No contracts or anything like that as well. Again, it depends on what your setup is. Sometimes they might give you certain improved rates depending on if you sign different contracts with different companies. So that is sort of dependent on your personal experience. But it is just fairly easy to get set up with a company like Square. And if you do want to scale and really get a more custom tailored solution, Toast might be better for you. So I hope you found this comparison video helpful. Again, it really is quite specific as to maybe which is the best solution for your business. I'd maybe recommend contacting each of them, trying out, getting a free demo, trying them out, trying out for free trials and things like that. Again, links are down below if you do want to check out Square or Toast. So I hope you guys found this video helpful. Again, if you did, be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button as well, and notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a new video. Anyway, guys, that was all for today's video. Again, Toast versus Square, which is better, depends on your scenario. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in the next one. Peace out.